Hello everyone! Today let's embark on a delightful journey to discover the top 10 cutest animals that grace our planet. From the charming red panda native to the eastern Himalayas and southwestern China to the ever-smiling quokka found in Australia, these creatures captivate us with their unique features and endearing behaviors. We'll explore the fascinating world of these adorable animals, highlighting what makes each one special and beloved by many. Get ready to be amazed! Perhaps even find a new favorite among these delightful beings. Starting off at number 10, we have the red panda. The red panda is a small tree-dwelling mammal native to the eastern Himalayas and southwestern China. Despite its name, it's not closely related to the giant panda. Instead, it's more akin to raccoons and skunks. Measuring about 20 to 26 inches in body length, with an additional 12 to 20 inches for its tail, and weighing between 8 to 14 pounds, the red panda boasts dense reddish-brown fur, a bushy ringed tail, and distinctive white facial markings that resemble a raccoon's. Red pandas inhabit temperate forests with dense bamboo understories, typically at elevations ranging from 6,000 to 12,000 feet. They are primarily crepuscular, being most active during dawn and dusk, and lead solitary lives. Their diet is predominantly bamboo, but they also consume fruits, acorns, roots, eggs, and occasionally small animals. Equipped with semi-retractable claws and a false thumb and extended wrist bone, they are adept climbers, spending much of their time in trees. Their long, bushy tails aid in balance and serve as warm blankets during cold weather. Currently classified as endangered by the IUCN, red pandas face threats from habitat loss, poaching, and inbreeding depression. Conservation efforts are underway to protect this charming and elusive species. At number 9, let's take a minute to celebrate one of nature's friendliest faces, the quokka. Native to a handful of small islands off Western Australia, most famously Rottnest Island, these cat-sized marsupials weigh just 21.5 to 5 kilograms and stand about 40 centimeters tall. Quokkas are herbivores, grazing on leaves, stems, and grasses under the moonlit canopy, since they're mainly nocturnal. What truly sets them apart is that smile, a natural upturned mouth and bright eyes that earned them the nickname world's happiest animal. Their curious, fearless nature means they often approach people, making them famous subjects for selfies worldwide. Breeding year-round, females carry a single joey in their pouch for 6 months, then teach it to hop along behind them until it's independent. Though their island populations are stable, they face threats from habitat loss and introduce predators on the mainland. So next time you see a quokka's grin, remember there's more to love and protect about this little marvel of Australia. Next at the number 8, we talking about the world of the axolotl, often called the Mexican walking fish. Native to the ancient canals of Xochimilco near Mexico City, these salamanders never undergo full metamorphosis. Instead, they keep their feathery external gills and aquatic lifestyle their whole lives. Measuring around 6 to 12 inches long, axolotls sport a perpetual grin, 4 stubby legs, and a tail that propels them through murky waters. They're famous for incredible regenerative powers. Lose a limb, a piece of heart, or even part of their brain, and they'll grow it back perfectly, an ability that fascinates scientists worldwide. Axolotls are carnivores, feeding on worms, insects, and small fish, hunting by scent with that lovely wide head. Sadly, habitat loss and water pollution have driven them to the brink. They're now critically endangered in the wild. Conservation efforts and captive breeding give hope that these joyful little creatures will continue to enchant us. On the number 7, let's dive into the charming world of the sea otter. Native to the North Pacific Rim, from Alaska down to California, sea otters are the smallest marine mammals, weighing between 14 and 45 kilograms and measuring about 1 to 1.5 meters long. They boast the densest fur in the animal kingdom, nearly 1 million hairs per square inch, which keeps them warm in chilly coastal waters. Sea otters are famous for their playful habits. They float on their backs, crack open shellfish on their bellies using smooth stones, and even wrap themselves in kelp tethers to avoid drifting away. These clever tool users also groom constantly, keeping their fur buoyant and insulating. Social yet non-territorial, they form rafts of a few to hundreds, sometimes holding paws while resting to stay together. Sadly, oil spills and fishing net entanglements have threatened their numbers, but dedicated conservation efforts have helped some populations rebound. Next time you glimpse an otter cracking open an oyster with a rock, you'll know you're watching one of nature's most delightful engineers. At the number 6, let's take a quick journey to the Sahara Desert to meet the fennec fox, the smallest fox in the world and one of the cutest. Weighing just 1 to 1.5 kilograms, the fennec fox is instantly recognizable thanks to its oversized ears, which can grow up to 15 centimeters long. These huge ears aren't just adorable, they help the fox dissipate heat and pick up the tiniest sounds of prey moving underground. With soft, sandy-colored fur that reflects the sun's rays and thick foot pads for walking on hot desert sand, the fennec is perfectly adapted to its harsh environment. They're mostly nocturnal, coming out at night to hunt insects, small rodents, and fruit. Social and playful, they live in family groups and often communicate with yips and squeaks. Their expressive faces and energetic behavior have made them popular online, and even as exotic pets, though they truly belong in the wild. With their big eyes, big ears, and big personalities, fennec foxes are desert cuteness at its finest. Next at number 5, let's spend a minute discovering the world's tiniest primate, the pygmy marmoset. Native to the western Amazon basin of South America, these pint-sized monkeys weigh just 100 to 150 grams, roughly the weight of a smartphone, and measure about 12 to 15 centimeters from head to rump, with tails even longer for balance. Living in tight family groups of 2 to 9, they're expert climbers, scampering up tree trunks in search of sap and gum. Using their specialized chisel-like teeth, they gouge holes in bark, then lap up the sweet exudate, supplemented by insects and fruit. Both parents and often older siblings carry and care for newborn twins, teaching them to leap branch to branch. Agile, inquisitive, and endlessly charming, pygmy marmosets remind us that even the smallest creatures can hold the biggest fascination. The 4th on our list, we're going to talk about the eucalyptus forests of eastern Australia to meet the koala. These stocky, gray-furred marsupials weigh around 4 to 15 kilograms and measure about 60 to 85 centimeters from head to rump, with a stubby tail hidden in all that fluff. Koalas are almost exclusively leaf eaters, dining on nutrient-poor, toxin-laden eucalyptus leaves, so specialized that they sleep 18 to 20 hours a day to conserve energy and detoxify their meals. Their strong limbs and sharp claws let them cling effortlessly to branches, while a tough grinding molar structure and a hugely enlarged cecum help ferment and digest that fibrous diet. Females give birth to a single jelly bean-sized joey, which crawls into her pouch and emerges after about 6 months to hitch rides on her back. Though iconic, koalas face threats from habitat loss, bushfires, and disease, so everyone we protect is a triumph. The 3rd of the list, let's spend a minute getting to know the hedgehog. These pint-sized mammals, spanning about 15 to 30 centimeters long and weighing 400 to 1,200 grams, are instantly recognizable by their coat of stiff spines, up to 6,000 of them, offering a formidable defense when they curl into a tight quill-covered ball. Primarily nocturnal, hedgehogs forage at dusk and dawn, snuffling through undergrowth in search of insects, snails, worms, and even small frogs or berries. Despite their prickly exterior, they're curious and gentle, often making soft grunting noises as they roam. In colder climates, many species hibernate, tucking into leaf litter or burrows to wait out the winter. Hedgehogs also groom frequently to keep their spines clean and aligned. Beloved as both wild creatures and as pets, they remind us that even the spikiest animals can capture our hearts. Second on our list, we've the slow loris, one of the most captivating and surprisingly stealthy primates on Earth. Native to the rainforests of Southeast Asia, slow lorises are about 25 to 38 centimeters long, with lush fur and enormous round eyes perfectly adapted for nocturnal life. Their trademark is that deliberate, almost hypnotic movement. They crawl so slowly you could almost count the hairs on their backs. But don't be fooled by their cuddly appearance. Slow lorises are one of the few venomous mammals. They secrete a toxin from glands on their elbows and mix it with saliva to deliver a surprisingly nasty bite when threatened. At night, they use a pincer-like grip to harvest tree gum, fruit, and small insects, grooming constantly to keep their fur and their poison system in top shape. Unfortunately, habitat loss and the illegal pet trade have pushed many species towards the brink. Protecting slow lorises means preserving their forest homes and cracking down on wildlife trafficking, so next time you see that wise, gentle face, remember how fragile their world really is. The last place is the galago, also known as the bush baby, one of Africa's most endearing and mysterious little primates. These tiny creatures, found throughout sub-Saharan Africa, get their nickname from their baby-like cries that echo through the night. Galagos are small, with big round eyes perfect for night vision, oversized ears that can swivel independently, and powerful back legs that let them leap over 2 meters in a single bound, despite being smaller than a squirrel. They spend their nights darting through the treetops in search of insects, fruit, and tree sap, and their grip is so strong they can cling to branches upside down with ease. Watching one leap from branch to branch is like seeing a tiny acrobat in action. Though rarely seen, galagos are fascinating reminders of the rich hidden life of Africa's forests. Cute, quick, and curious, these little nocturnal wonders definitely deserve a spot among the world's cutest animals. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's video, guy, and if you enjoyed the clip we made, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for the next episodes.